Hello, welcome to the second video in a series of 3 on how to make a born-again cardigan. In this video, very briefly, we're going to talk a little bit about knitting your pieces. In the last video, you will remember we calculated how to do a gauge swatch, measure our jacket, and calculate the size of knitting that we needed to knit to replace the front and back panels of a denim jacket. So it's pretty straightforward at this stage. You have your calculations, and so we've calculated that for the back of this particular jacket, we're going to cast on 46 stitches and knit for 134 rows. Again, for the Jade Dreams design that your pattern is for, you need to cast on an odd number of stitches, so we'll cast on 47 for the back panel and knit for approximately 134 rows. Front panel, we're going to cast on 43 stitches and knit approximately 110 rows, making sure that we do some armhole shaping. Oh, that's the wrong page. Some armhole shaping so that 20 rows before the end of that rectangle, we're going to start our decreases, and we're going to decrease 13 stitches over those 20 rows. So in that case, seeing as you're going to be the total number of rows for the back or the side panels is 110, at about the 90 row mark, that's when you are going to start start doing your decreases, so that over the last 20 rows you decrease the required 13 stitches for your armhole shaping for the front panels. Once you have finished knitting your pieces, you can block them according to your original calculations. So you'll take your back panel and you will block it 11.5 inches wide by 16.75 inches long in the case of my jacket here. And your front panel, depending on your calculations, just block it to the width and length of the front panel. And block your knitting as you would normally. Dampen it in the sink with some water. I usually press it in a towel to get out the excess, and then block it on something spongy that you can stick needles into to block your pieces to the right size. So that's really it for knitting your pieces and blocking them. The next video will be about preparing your jacket and attaching the knitting to your jacket.